The group stage has officially concluded, finally. I feel like it's been going on for months, for years, for the UEFA Women's Nations League. So there are only 4 teams remaining for the finals that will take place in the fall. Spain, France, Germany, and Sweden. So Netherlands knocked out, England knocked out, and it's just the second ever edition of this UEFA Women's Nations League. You can watch it across CBS Sports platforms, but it determines the league system for Euro qualifiers and the 2027 World Cup, but it's a new format and a new structure. Spain won it last year. They played France in the final. Germany, they won bronze at the Olympics, and first-time qualifiers Sweden will now play in the semifinal. The draw is happening tomorrow, Friday, to see who these teams will play. But Darian, we talk so much about schedule congestion and everything. But this is a lot of games on top of the domestic schedule, FA Cups and all the cups that these teams are playing and these players are playing, the international tournaments with the Euros this summer. Jordan, sorry, I'm going to throw this one to you, Jay.
Okay.
But how much does this Women's Nations League really add in terms of schedule congestion?
Yeah, this is always such a big topic of conversation. I think even bigger now because we're more aware of all the games. We get to watch all the games and we get to see kind of firsthand all the injuries that happen because of schedule congestion. I think that's one of the big reasons why we talk about it. But in all reality, international breaks always happen. The international breaks are going to be there. The United States just played 2 games in an international break. And instead of those 2 games being for qualification for a Nations League type tournament, they were just friendlies. And we have seen this over the years. Like, I can't even think back to when this started, but we've seen the United States utilize these international windows to play games. And I don't think it congests the schedule any more than it has been typically. It might be the other cups and other games that are played maybe domestically, but it adds a different competition and a different competition level to those international windows.
No, I agree. And I love the idea of when you are going to these friendlies, you're playing for something.
Yeah.
There's something on the line for these players, especially when you're developing younger players into your full team. You want them to go play against hefty competition. You want them to get that experience of it's crunch time, it's do or die. You have to win this game. We have to put goals away. It's not so much of an experimentation, which you still can do, but it has to be much more balanced. So the schedule congestion, yes, I understand, but if you're going to have that congestion, don't you want it to be for something that is tangible as opposed to just a camp, which can be great. But I think that those games are really important. I mean, France playing, Spain playing England.
And big game.
That's massive. That's a massive, massive asset for your team, your mindset, your confidence, development of your team moving forward.
I think the weirdest part about it, guys, is it's this year. Why wouldn't it be next year? Because the Euros are this summer. And then if you make this qualification into next year, and then that be your almost gap year between Euros and a World Cup, to me, that makes more sense, right? You have these Euros this year, you kind of set everything up to participate in this, and that's your big competition. Then your big competition next year in Europe would be qualification for the World Cup the next year. It just is kind of funny to me that it's in a year where you already have a major competition.
Yeah, the group stage has been going on for the last several international windows. Now, the next time these teams get together will be in just a few weeks for the Euros. And then post-Euros in October is going to be the 2-legged semifinal for the Women's Nations League. That'll take place October 24th and the 28th, and then the final in late November, early December, ultimately. But it is a little odd that this is kind of bookending the Euros, when I would argue that these teams care more about the Euros than they do about this Women's Nations League.
It'd be hard not to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
100%.
You want to win the Euros. Okay, so let's touch on these teams that are in it, though, because we get to see Spain, France, Germany, and Sweden. They will play in this knockout semifinal competition that's taking place in the fall. Who's going to win? Who's got the best chance of this, coming off of a Euros competition potentially and then having to go into the semifinal? D? You lean in one team or the other?
Y'all are going to be sick of me, but I've been saying Spain every single tournament, every single anything that they're involved in. I just think this team is so good. And especially when you have a game against England under your belt where you had to come back late in the second half, and it's Claudia Pina, one of the first subs off of the bench, who comes in and scores a brace to give you the win. I think that gives you so much more of an edge moving forward in this tournament as opposed to a blowout game, which we saw from many of the others. France, I wish I had them. They're so good. They're such good players, but I never really do it. I love people wrong, but I'm rocking with them.
It's hard not to say Spain when they just are so good, and they don't look like they're slowing down anytime soon, right? Even considering these tournaments take place over many, many months, the roster's not changing that much, and it doesn't really matter because all the youth teams for Spain play the same way under the same system. It's a lot of fluidity that just leads them right into the senior national team. But I'm going to give, I think it depends on the draw, right? Who these teams are going up against. But I think Germany could surprise people, guys. This is a team that at the Olympics last year, they won bronze. They disrupted a lot. They found new systems, and they're coming off of a really good group stage. 6-0 over Austria, 4-0 over the Netherlands, 6-1 and 4-0 over Scotland. They were really, really dominant and doing it with a variety of different goal scorers. I think Julia Gwynn is only getting better, which is terrifying to say because the last several years, everyone has been like, she's one of the best outside backs. She gets forward. She's so good defending. Gwynn is getting better. New skin on this German side. Clara Buell, who's done so well. Leah Schuler. This Germany team is stacked and they're underrated. And I think that they could surprise some teams depending on the draw that they get.
I love this because I'm not going to go with either one of those teams. I'm going to go with France. I think it's time for France. They have not been top tier for a while in Europe, and I feel like they're gaining some momentum right now. Their players are becoming like peak in their age and in their style of play. It's getting a little bit more cohesive. So I thought Darian was going to go France, so I'm going France. I think that this is going to be really interesting. I think the two-leg semifinal makes it even more interesting, and I love that we all pick different players or different teams.
Don't let the blue fool you. I'm rocking with the Spanish.
This could potentially be it for France. It's like the team, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. They are perennial quarterfinalists or semifinalists.
Let's go.
This is the year for them to do it, potentially with this.